I guess we all just can't figure out what to say.
You're the button clicker, baby. You got
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 111 of
Triple
The
one.
Sound. Huh?
Triple one, baby.
Triple
Oh,
one.
goodness.
I can do this real quick. We have a new mascot in the house.
Oh,
Everybody say hi to Marley.
Aw, so cute.
He's going to sit in my lap until he can't no more, and then I'm going to go put him in his little playpen. But great show coming up tonight. We've got the Grudge Match, Love the Hate, going for the Hall of Fame. They'll be taking on Normundy. Exigent is going to be in the studio with us in just a little bit. And Lisa, how young are we talking?
They're young.
Like young.
Young. They're young. I'm going to say, max early 20s.
Wow.
They're young.
I was going to say probably less than that, but
I don't want to go too low.
Right. Right. So before we get officially started, let's officially start. You know what I'm saying? So
do it.
As soon as I can find it.
Click
Where to go?
away, sir. Click away.
There we go. There it is. All right there. And I'm just going to check something to make sure because of that whole, hey, you're supposed to have already started. I want to make sure that we're where we're supposed to be. Okay. Facebook is up. So we're good.
Yeah. We got people commenting already from Facebook.
That's the only one we have to worry about is Facebook.
Yeah. Jesse, what's up? Brent, what's up, dude? Ann, what's up? Love the photo today of the beanie. Thanks for rocking the gear. It looked good on you. Kevin, we talked a little bit before we went live. I'd like to all of us give a little update on Rocking the Sound. We had some moving parts this week, some changes, had a big meeting today. Do we have right here? I hope this is the right one, right? Oh, it's a little, what is that? It's a little tiny one in the corner. That's funny.
It's because
So look, bink. So as some of you, hey, pull that down. Like, that's a story of my life, dude. You better look it out. Do that. What am I gonna do with that? All right. So as some of you may have heard, we had Of Virtue had to come off of the show. I believe it was the singer, right? Kevin has got to have shoulder surgery.
Got to have shoulder surgery, and it wasn't just us. I mean, they're not going to play it all in 2023.
Yeah. So they had to drop off the bill, but bad news turned into good news. We were able to add Kingdom Collapse, which I think is super kick-ass. Kevin, it's kind of like full circle a bit. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, they were the guys that we brought in on the first ever show, right? Was the first ever show at the little place over in Biloxi. So now we're at the pavilion, Point Cadet, the big pavilion, and they're back on the show. So bad news at first turned into something that I think is going to be great, and we're looking forward to seeing them. Met with the security team today, a local security company. Got a little bit blown back by like, whoa, like, oh, wow, like this is a real festival, and we do have to do A, B, C, and D, and holy shit. But the meeting went great. We have a good plan moving forward. So I hope y'all are getting as excited about the show as we are, because it's shaping up. It's lining up to be literally an all-day music festival on the beautiful Biloxi Bay. Where's the photo? Do we have that one uploaded? The one that I took?
No, the one you put together?
Yeah, I went out there and shot that. Trying to think where I could rip it real quick off of maybe my Facebook. But
I really thought he was going to say MySpace.
Okay. Or your Instagram, Jared. That's where you go out from Instagram.
Yeah, and then I kicked it over. But no, it's going to be a great day on the water right there. We're praying for good weather. But man, I don't know what more we could ask for as far as the lineup, the buzz going around on the internet. All the bands seem to be super excited about it. And so I hope everybody is as pumped as we are.
Well, while you're looking for that, let me help you with the pump up here. Bud Light, Mitchell Distributing, and the Cannabis Candy Shop and Kratom Store present Rockin' the Sound 2023 with Nonpoint. Rockin' the Sound 2023 coming to Biloxi March 18th with Nonpoint and Adelita's Way. Rockin' the Sound 2023 with Nonpoint, Adelita's Way, Gemini Syndrome, Blacktop Mojo, Any Given Sin, Otherwise, Kingdom Collapse, September Morning, Cold Words, Transient, Suns on Fire, and Falls from Grace. 12 bands, one day. Rockin' the Sound 2023 at Point Cadet in Biloxi on March 18th. Get your tickets now at thesound228.com. Being brought to you by Bud Light, Mitchell Distributing, Cannabis Candy Shop, and Kratom. Wake Up Music Rocks. Massive Media, Fuel the Fuel Entertainment, Spade Images, The Cannery Bar and Grill, 434 Management, Raid Booking, and the Sound 228.
All right. That was kick-ass.
Yeah, it was.
And also today, the All Access passes got ordered. The VIP passes got ordered. The VIP armbands got ordered, which we didn't talk about yet, which was the VIP upgrades that'll be happening starting next week. You'll be able to purchase the VIP upgrades, only 100 of them, $60. It's going to get you your own designated area. We'll have some seats and some tables in there, private bathroom, your own bar. You get early entry, you get a t-shirt, you get a lanyard, you get an armband. So that's going to allow you to have that private or that not so crowded area if you need it, plus a private bar and there's only 100 of them, so you'll have easy access to the multiple drinks of Bud Light that you would like to have. No problem at that bar.
Yeah, I got the photo pulled up. Here it is from my Instagram. So everybody that's watching, that big white pavilion right there, that's where the stage is going to be underneath it. It will be a rain or shine event. We're praying for good weather, but we've got plenty of coverage right here. Over here to the right, I'm using my mouse on my computer like y'all can see that, and you can't. But if you're looking at the photo over to the right, that grassy area right there, that will be available for people to hang out. We want to have that old school, Kevin, that old school CPR fest vibe, right?
Right.
Sitting in chairs, they're hanging out. It's going to be a long day, so you better be prepared.
Vendors will be over there, and where you see the cars at, just that's where your food trucks will be at, lined up right there. So, and where you see the sign right inside the grass, that is where the entrance will be at, and the ticket booth and all of that area. So, your bathrooms are going to be over here to the left. These white, smaller roofs there's some built-in bathrooms. We're going to have some extra portalettes. And then right behind it will be where the porta potties and stuff will be at.
Yep. We're trying to think of everything. If there's something we haven't mentioned that you can think of that we need to know about, shoot us a message, put it in the comments. But we're excited, and we're Kevin, about 2 months ish out, right?
Less than 2 months.
Yeah, a little less than 2 months. Yeah,
we're about 7 weeks out.
There you go. That feels good. And we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's. So
somebody asked if there's going to be t-shirts available to order online for people who can't go. We hadn't planned on it.
Well, pre-sale,
we can make it happen.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Whoever put that comment, I can't see him right now. Where we at? Great comment. Another thing, Kevin, we talked about this earlier. If you're coming to the show, yes, you can bring a chair, like a lawn chair, but it has to be in a clear bag. Everything that you bring into the show is going to have to be in a clear bag. No purses that aren't clear, right? And that's a safety reason. You can't have people bringing in, obviously no firearms, no weapons, stuff like that. So we can't have purses. We can't have people sneaking in liquor.
If you're bringing those fold-up chairs, you can just bring them in out of the bag.
Correct.
And because I'll be one to admit, I used to sneak beers in the bag and go in.
No one noticed that your bag was a little saggy.
Well, it was cool. But, okay, on that note. But anyways, so it was like a love seat, but it had a cooler in between. So I could put a 6-pack of beer in the cooler and fold it up and put it in the chair, and nobody could tell.
Yeah, it's going to be legit. So
yes, you can't do that.
Yeah, not do that. And we'll have plenty of ice cold beer and seltzer. You're not allowed to sell liquor down there. That's the reason why. It's not even an option. So it's going to be a beer festival that day. We got some cool vendors that are going to be set up, and we also have, Kevin, some great food trucks. The food's going to be, the smell is going to be amazing. I know it's going to be a good day. So anyway, I wanted to mention that before we got the show started. So thank y'all for listening.
All right. So now it's time for the grudge match. You know, I haven't even set up the poll. That's
you know what else? Why you do that? We didn't say. You probably already know, but you can get your tickets at thesound228.com. It's right there on the main page. We also have a Rockin' the Sound tab at the top of the website. Kevin, if I was smart, and I'm not, I would do this. You're still getting stuff ready, right?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, that's interesting. You could have just said something else, but
no, I said I hadn't.
TMI, people. TMI.
I hadn't done the poll yet, but that don't take me but a second to do. So
I got you. So right here, this is the website. As soon as you land, we've got our pre-party, which we continue to neglect to mention. I don't know why, because that's a banger in and of itself. Tantric, Smile Empty Soul, our good homies in Awaken the Giant, and Lines of Loyalty. What is that? A $20 ticket, Kevin? That's the night.
$20 ticket.
The night before at the Cannery Bar and Grill Friday. Let's warm it up on a Friday night. And then here you are right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but there's the sound, Rockin' the Sound tickets. But if you go up here to this tab, click right here. Boom. The lineup for everyone that's playing the show. I even updated the Kingdom Collapse, Kevin. You should be proud of me.
I am.
And if you click on the photos, like we'll click on Non-Point right here. Watch what happens. It takes you to a different screen. But anyway, it'll bring you to the band's one of their songs on YouTube. So you can check that out.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it almost looks like I know what I'm doing.
Right?
But I don't.
We also have a playlist that features all the bands that are in the lineup.
Yes.
So
yes, from a Spotify playlist, correct?
We do. Yep, a Spotify playlist. I think I reposted it yesterday with the new bands, with the addition of Kingdom Collapse. So yep, it's all updated.
So it's going to be a banger. All right, Adam, you better be there, Adam. Matter of fact, didn't we make a deal with Adam, Kevin, a long time ago?
I don't remember.
The deal was Adam gets to come to all of our shows with a +1. So Adam,
you
better be there. Don't worry about getting your ticket, sir. You're a banger from way back.
There you go. All right. So let's roll into it. We already got our guests in the back, so we got to get through the grudge match. So the grudge match featuring Love to Hate going for the Hall of Fame, which will be 3 wins in a row. They're facing Normundy with their new one, Stride. You'll see the poll pop up after the second video. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, you'll put video number 1 or video number 2 in the comments. We'll keep tabs, and then at the end, we will announce the winner, and we'll either have another Hall of Fame member or we'll have a new winner tonight. So if you guys are ready, let's roll. Here comes video number 1.
Everything else has been leaving me hollow. Crave a better tomorrow. I felt like I've lost, it's a hard pill to swallow. When they don't want to see the good in you, when this is all that you believe in and you see it through, with everybody on the other side just peeking through, it only makes you want to justify the way you speak your truth. This is all I am, a gap to a grin in the shell of a man. Will it pass all the pretenses put in the plan? Will it pass to the people that pulling my hand in their own direction? But my progression is by my discretion. Trials and lessons never close my past, so I keep trying my best, they won't hold me back.
Take it all in stride, one day at a time. So step by step I climb this mountain line. So with the weight of the world on my shoulders, and when my heart couldn't get much colder, rolling my fears, control
And there you have it. Video number 1. That is Normundy in Stride.
Way to come
Great
out
song.
swinging. Yeah.
So if I remember right, if you go back to last year, I think it was, God, I want to say it was Normundy and Envision up against each other in one of those band competitions for Danny Wimmer Presents. I think it was Normundy and Envision, like the Final Four, like live having to play.
Are you talking about like the digital shit where they do it?
Yeah.
Where they compete digitally, like either play the songs or they were live streaming a real set.
Yeah. I want to say Envision and Normundy went up against each other.
Okay.
I want to say that.
Do we have anyone from Envision in the chat?
This is a comment right here that I dig from Massive Media. I've never heard of these guys before tonight. This is fire. I said it in the comments. This is why we created the show, you know?
Insane song.
Well, so people can just get the exposure to the shit that's out there, you know?
Yeah, and because there's a song from Normundy that when we first put the station on the air, we were playing Black Magic, Blood Money, Black Magic, I think is the name of it.
I'm so glad you can remember that shit. Because God, there is no way I can remember that.
But yeah, so and I love that song. And they performed it because when they do the DW Danny Wimmer Presents stuff on Twitch and they perform live, they have to do 3 songs. One of those songs, and that was one of the songs they did, which was badass. So glad to see them continuing and putting out some good shit. So, but let's roll into video number 1. It is our returning champion. They're going for their third win in a row. And if they win tonight, they make their way into probably the most prestigious of any Hall of Fame ever.
We're talking
screw rock and roll, screw NFL, screw Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
The Grudge Match Hall of Fame is where it's at. And they have no chance to get there tonight. Here is Love the Hate. It's throwaway. Get ready to start voting. Look for that poll. If you're not on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, put video number 1 or video number 2 in the comments. Here we go. right, that is your returning champion going for their third win and the Hall of Fame tonight. That is Love the Hate Throwaway. And you can vote. You can see the poll on Facebook if you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Video number 1, video number 2, put it in the comments. We'll count them. And at the end, we'll see where we land. And anything else?
It's been slowly moving up the Filthy 15.
It has. It's what is it?
Been
Number
out.
12? No, number 10?
No, I think it's number 8.
Number 8.
Yeah, it's been out for about what, 7?
Fuck,
7 weeks?
I make the Filthy 15. Can't remember that.
You do, yes.
But I can remember a song we played 5 years ago.
I was gonna say memory was like the damn what was it? What's it? The cartoon is it the elephant that's got the memory?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Jesus.
Thank you. I'm here always. Bartenders and you waitresses, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Well, we have our guest backstage. We are going to bring them in.
All right.
The first time I heard of this band, we played their song. I think it's called "It's Over."
Yes.
And now you've been blasting them on Ladies' Night.
I have.
And then I just heard Empty Hearts tonight while I was messing with the video, and that song will be added this week. So we will get that onto the station as well. Exigent is here. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
We were under full debate before we brought you guys on. Tell us your names.
I'm Jessica.
And what you do in the band.
I'm the bassist and singer.
I'm Jacob.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. You could go.
Oh, thank you. I'm Angel. I'm the drummer.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the guitarist.
Okay. And then the next question we had is, how old are you?
You don't have to answer that.
I don't mind. I actually turned 25 in March. So coming up on a big number.
We said you guys were young. We just didn't know where in that age range you were. So
I was aiming for the low 20s. I was like early 20s. Kevin thought younger. I was like, didn't want to go too low.
I remember 25 many years ago.
I can't remember when that was. Too many shows to count since then. I don't even know what I was doing back then.
I've had too many beers since then to remember.
Right. You've been sober for a lot of years. So do the math on that.
Yeah. So tell us about your band, and you've only been a band for a couple years, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
And
in total, we've been 5 years, I think. But in our current form, it's been just shy of a year.
Yeah.
Okay. How did the project come about for you guys? How did you decide that you were all going to get together and start throwing some tunes out? You have your earliest release, Low, in 2019. So
yes.
How did it start?
The way it started, it was back in high school, right? Once upon a time. It's back in high school. And I was like, I kind of just said, I just want to do a band, man. I just was like, just ready to kind of do my own thing. Like I didn't really want to do only cover stuff. I mean, we do play out covers and stuff, but I wanted to start like doing like an original thing. So I think I was in 11th grade and I got together with a couple people and we started stuff, and then it kind of went from there. Changes in lineup have happened, but the idea is still there. I just want to play original stuff,
Yeah,
and
much.
I hear like it's kind of weird to hear it now, like his story, like how he came up with the whole name and everything, because I'm currently in 11th grade. I'm like, dang, you were in my shoes when you were doing this. And I don't know, like I felt kind of a good connection when I first met them, and when we all gelled together, it was a great mix when I felt like I came into a good part of it. So I felt good about it.
So Angel, when did you join the lineup?
Like April of last year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And Jessica, have you always been the vocalist?
No, actually. This is actually very recent for me, but I have always been the bass player. So this is a new role that I've been taking on now, and I'm thrilled.
That's awesome.
Okay. Have you always wanted to sing, or is that something just sort of like, well, the spot opened up and someone had to do it, so you were like, hey, I pick me?
Yeah, I mean, I had been doing singing. I was actually more of a theater person back when I was a kid, and stepping into this kind of rock and roll realm is like it's a whole nother world for me. And I was kind of like, like maybe, maybe not. And then it was kind of like falling into my lap where I'm like, why not? Just like go for it. And it worked out.
Life is short, that's for sure. You have to take
Absolutely.
opportunities where you can find them. So I'm curious. So if Angel just came on, so she's just been here for the last two right? Yeah, you were on It's Over, correct?
Mhm. Yes.
All right. So for It's Over and Empty Heart. So tell me about your progression, because the sound is a little bit different. I think it's sort of, you get to hear the band evolve a little bit throughout the 3 singles that you've put out. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, definitely. Like since Low, I think we've really we're really coming into our own now, because early on, and don't get me wrong, I still love Low. I think it was still so early that we were just kind of trying things and seeing like what can we do, what direction do we want to go in, and then finally with It's Over, I think we really started to hit the mark. Like this is the direction, this is it, like this is the vibe, and then we kind of just are rolling with it more with Empty Hearts, and of course with we definitely have some more songs that are on the way. So you'll get to see now what where we're taking that. And I really see that how we're evolving into more of this harder, heavier feeling, this more like edgier. I don't really know. Like I'm just pulling out all the vocabulary now. All
More
the
badass
adjectives.
sound.
Yeah,
That's
just
what
like
it is.
yeah, we're rock and roll now.
Yes.
So
For me is like just like you can hear for the guitar stuff, you can hear the time where I was like, I mean, I grew up like listening to like classic rock. Like I always loved classic rock, but you can hear the definite shift between like a lot more classic rock to like,
oh yeah.
hey, more metal is kind of a thing too. You can hear like a definite kind of like shift.
What is your what's your influences musically? You've opened the can of worms that is classic rock for me. So like, and I mean totally, not just classic rock, but like what are your influences guitar wise?
Guitar wise, like I guess a list of like favorite guitarists: Eric Johnson, Alan Holdsworth, Guthrie Govan. I mean, like you got all the greats that everyone's gonna say, like Eddie Van Halen, all those guys too. I'd say like a lot of those guys.
Okay. What do you think influences like y'all sound the most now, from where it started even to where it's progressing though? Is there a certain band? Is there a certain style?
Oh yeah, here we go. I was talking a little off the mic there. I feel like we kind of take from a bunch of different things. Like we're not really in one box, which I think is really cool about us. Like I come from one background, which is actually more dance in the beginning and musical theater. And I kind of have like a bunch of different things to pick from. And I think having those different backgrounds and influences, because we have a whole like range of things. I mean, I also do like classic rock as well. That came a little later in my life, but I think that we pick from different genres and stuff. So we're definitely rock for sure. But I don't think we fit in like one little area, which is really cool.
I always say I think the best music that was ever made came out in the 1970s. So that's just my take on it. I'm a classic rock person. I think back to Angel's comment though about being in 11th grade, and then I think like, okay, well, what year was I in 11th grade? And I think it was like 98, and I think that was about a year. Like I'm into Corn at that time. I think that's a year before they put Issues out, if I remember correctly. I think that came out my senior year. But like there was no real internet. Like we had AOL, but like you weren't live streaming podcasts like we're doing right now and talking about your record and your music and shit. So if I didn't already feel old, Kevin, now it's like now I really feel like shit. But
well, what makes me feel bad is you're talking about Corn in the 11th grade, and in the 11th grade, I'm talking Motley Crue and Def Leppard.
Thank you.
So what I'm trying to say here is that we got a lot of experience on this panel, right? A lot of different decades of experience here, and
old enough to be their parents.
The opportunities for music just continues to grow. So that's awesome.
Well, I'm curious. I mean, I guess one way we could try to find out a little bit more is what are you each listening to right now? So, Angel, if you were to open up your Spotify or Apple Music, what are we going to hear?
That's so funny. So I was just listening to Bullet of My Valentine and
nice.
Slipknot would be really that was like my top 3 for today. I was just replaying maybe those bands, and that would have been probably this whole week. I was just driving through those songs. So
okay. And really quick, Jacob and Jessica, you are siblings?
Yep.
Yes.
And may I ask how to pronounce your last name, please?
Ella Loof.
I was going to go for it, but I thought to myself, you know what? Probably shouldn't. So if we opened up either one of your Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you're listening to, what are going to be the bands you've been listening to this week?
I pulled mine up in advance.
Oh,
So like the
cheating.
last things that I had like listened to, I see Ice Nine Kills, Stone Sour, Architects, a lot of Architects. I like them a lot.
Wow.
Ozzy Osbourne is there.
Okay.
I Prevail, some Foo Fighters. So
Okay.
a little all over the place,
You're
but
very well-rounded and educated in your music taste. I'll give you that.
thank you.
What about you, Jess?
All right. I have a bunch of different things going on here. I do see Ice Nine Kills as well. I see Point North. I see Bring Me the Horizon. I do have some video game stuff going on here. I have Final Fantasy 14 soundtrack.
Yeah,
I'm all around. I've got some Demi Lovato here. I do see Skillet. I have like a whole bunch. I got all kinds of stuff going on here. It's a lot of fun in my Spotify.
Okay.
Hey, and I ain't gonna lie, that new Demi Lovato, that's some good shit.
Beat me?
Oh,
That
yeah.
is some shit. I played that a couple weeks ago. I think I played it on the show. Maybe that I played your song. I can't remember, but damn, that's a banging song. I was like, Demi Lovato, come on.
Yeah.
But then I listened to it.
Well, I mean, look who's playing guitar for her now. Is
Okay.
Nita Strauss. So
Yeah.
Straight up facts. All right. Well, I know you guys have been playing some local gigs. I don't know, Kevin, do we want to play the video first or we want to get into what they've been doing?
no, we can go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll the video. As Jared would say, now is the time. So it's a lyric video. So now would be the time to tell us everything or tell us nothing about the song Empty Hearts.
About the song Empty Hearts. I don't know. Do you want to go about that?
All right. I mean, I don't know.
I don't.
if
You want to
guys
tell
had
the people what Empty Hearts
wrote
is
it.
about?
Okay. All right, I'll go. Because I don't want to talk for everybody here, but I'll go. So, Empty Hearts is really, it's a definitely angry song for sure. It's like a screaming at the world, like kind of feeling to it. Like when I first was working on it and trying to come up with the lyrics, it was like really just feels heavy and almost in a way that's like things are weighing on me type of heavy. And I really wrote about like feeling like a struggle, like overcoming hardship type of thing. And all those feelings, like especially as everyone says, like we've gone through a pandemic and stuff and just life getting heavy on you and what those feelings are. Like, I really like to write about emotions and then describing those emotions and leaving it kind of up to the listener to really think about like how they can relate to it. Like I know what's going on here, but I also like to leave it open for the listener to really relate to that.
And how I went into it when she first showed us the song, I kind of, as she said, like to leave it open, I kind of related on it with bullying. Like I was really heavily bullied in elementary school and kind of middle school. So I was like, yes, this hits this part. So that's with my thing going into the recording studio.
Okay.
Cool.
They always give really good answers, and I'm like, shit, what do I say now?
Hey,
I just
just sit back and
do your
just be
guitar
like,
bottled up the anger in the guitar riff.
Yeah.
and
Exactly. You just get
Yeah.
mad on the
Yeah.
guitar.
All right. Well, here it is. It's Empty Hearts. Check it out. And you are watching the sound. How about I start it over? And there you have it.
Definitely a much
Good
heavier
stuff.
sound.
Definitely.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, kudos
No.
to everybody on that. That was great. I heard the anger in the guitar riff. The vocals the range is beautiful, like all, way up there, the register, well done. And I totally hear the double kick going off. And you, like you said, Bullet, I hear Slipknot. Perfect. That was great.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you guys self-produced?
Shit,
or
Jared, show over.
No, we're not. This is like our little studio thing here where sometimes we do like demos and stuff, but no, we're not self-produced. We get a little help from the guys of Fame on Fire, Paul and Brian from Fame on Fire. They handle making it sound as crisp as it does.
Yeah, I was wondering, because I was like, wow, it actually sounds really great. So I was wondering, because usually when you have bands this new and this young, sometimes that cost can be a little bit prohibitive for younger bands to go ahead and get out there and get a producer on their line. So if you're working with people from Fame on Fire, then go you.
Yeah.
It must be really nice.
That we talk about that on the show all the time.
Yeah.
We've had conversations about that. I mean, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your music, and you have to invest in your sound.
Absolutely.
That's a whole art in and of itself, the recording process, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
It's super important.
Yeah, there's
Jared's
a lot.
the musician. Oh, sorry. Jared's the musician from the three of us. So he's the one who's going to ask those hard questions.
Yeah, but it definitely shows through. So I dig that. There was one thing I wanted to ask. We've mentioned it obviously a few times on the show already. Like, y'all, early 20s, 11th grade, early 20s. What was COVID like for y'all? Because we experience it differently. From our age and our perspective, what was it like for y'all? Like, I'm assuming, earlier in the band, right? But then also early in your life, earlier in your careers, like how did that year and a half ish affect y'all?
Oh yeah, that was tough because we were both class of 2020, so we got nothing. I mean, we had like part of the beginning of 2020, and then everything shut down. Like we had a show scheduled because everything started to close down actually around my birthday in March, and we had a show scheduled in April, and the place shut down. It was like everything was closing. There was nothing for us, and we were just stuck. Like I'm an at-home type of person, and even I was like, this sucks.
For me, I was in 8th grade.
Jesus.
And yeah,
Sorry.
I was in 8th grade, and we were supposed to go to a field trip for like the 8th grade end of the year party, and that didn't end up happening, and we had to finish the year off in Google Classrooms, and falling asleep the whole time. I'll be in bed with the computer, like that was it. And then I started high school, and I was really unfamiliar with the whole high school thing because we weren't in school at the time. We were kind of both in and out of school, and it was weird because I had to meet all my teachers with masks on, so I didn't really know what they looked like. So it was weird.
Yeah, we take that kind of stuff for granted when you're in the like working, you're not in high school anymore. You've already had all those special moments, graduation, and it's like from y'all's perspective, y'all got robbed for a lot of things. You know what I mean? And as a person and as a band.
I got thrown through whiplash during that big time. Like it was for me, I was like she said, we were both class of 2020. I was high school 2020. She was college class of 2020.
I was trying to do the math on that and I couldn't add it up. I'm like, she said she's 25, class of 2020. That doesn't sound right, but
we're 4 years apart. So
okay.
So for me it was like, all the stuff they say, high school is a great time, all that was robbed. But like a big thing was like for me, I hadn't seen like anyone. I don't like to be online a lot, like online interactions, like with friends. It doesn't do it for me. I'm very much a in-person interactions, like is really like what I need. So I had like basically like no interactions. And like when I went back after like I don't know, maybe 2 years after, because it was last year, like almost summer of last year, they did a little thing at my high school where they invited some of the kids back for the music program they had. And I came back and I was like, everyone's just moved on. I was like still kind of holding on for something that I was never gonna see. And I was like, it really screwed with me a lot, because when I walked into the place, no one like knows you. Everything was just moved on, and I was still kind of like stuck waiting for like, okay, we're gonna go back, but it's like, no, we're moving on. I'm in my second year of college. I mean, now I'm in my third year, but then I was in my second year. It's like, no, life is going forward. So it was a
Well,
real slap in the face.
I tell you, when you like, I remember walking back into my high school, like probably might have been 15 years, 10 years after I graduated, because my cousin was there and he was about to graduate, or he was doing something. And you walk in and you don't even I didn't even recognize the building inside. Like, I don't remember this hallway. I barely remember that. That's kind of familiar. This seems a lot smaller. It's like, it's like you grow, man. And that becomes the past of your life, and it's important, but you've got so much ahead of you that's going to be so much more important than that. Like, just don't forget that. You know what I mean? And that's musically, that's relationships, family, the whole nine, career, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm. Angel, I've got to ask you, I mean, still being in high school, how are you able to balance your school studies with being in a band? And how odd is it for your classmates to be like, she's in a band and they perform and now she's here? Like, how does that work out for you?
They don't really care. They don't care. So usually I would see them around like the weekends. If I'm not working, it would be, okay, when are we going to hang out again? When are we going to, because I also work too. So the days that I'm off, or that we all have time, like if he's not in school, we'll all meet up at their house, we'll perform, so sorry, that was my dog. Yeah, and then I get to school, and then it's kind of like I'm Superman in a way. Like, I put my glasses on, no one really cares. I'm invisible. And when I'm outside, I'm like, let's go, So it's kind of like a double life in a way.
So we talk to bands on here a lot, from varying, levels of success to age to commitment levels, how much they're pushing it, like all different things. And we always ask them, like, social media wise, and how are you distributing your music, and what's your game plan, and how are you releasing songs, and all this type of stuff. So for y'all have a completely different perspective, I would assume, than even we have. So like Angel, for you, like, are y'all all over every platform? Are y'all pushing hard? Like, do people ask you, like, I know for us, when I was, out in my early 20s playing, it was like, what bars do you playing at? Where are you going to be? Is it for y'all? Is it like, well, how many TikTok followers do you have? Is it like that?
Personally, for me, I'm bad at social media. I barely post. I'm really bad at taking photos of myself. So Jessica's more of the pro of like our media. She's the one that's like, okay, well, let's make a TikTok. Let's post this right now. Me and Jake, we won't do anything.
Yeah, Jessica's definitely been the master. If you look at their Instagram,
yeah, I've kind of had to learn that though, because like I've had social media, but I'm not super big on it. I'm not like crazy about followers, and like I have to go viral all the time. So this is kind of new for me. I didn't have TikTok like forever until really recently because of the band. And I was like, oh, I gotta learn how to do this. I don't know how to do this. And I've been learning along the way. I've been having fun with it too. Like because we pretty much, like, if I make, say, like a funny TikTok or something, I'll post it to all the platforms, and we're on all of them, like YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much all that stuff. So I've been learning along the way. It's a lot of fun.
Well, one of the most important things, I mean, you have to put out really great music, you have to perform, and you have to have your social media be the exact same weight as your music.
Of course.
Without those things all working together in harmony, and getting that equal weight, it makes a huge difference. So good on you for doing that, because a lot of bands don't recognize that, and it's so, so important. Social media is terribly important. You're doing a kick-ass job with it.
Thank you.
So, for you, man.
post like stuff on our own personal individual accounts because we all have like our own individual accounts, and we like try to promote like, hey, go listen to our new song. Even when I'm in class, I'm like, hey everyone, just this is my new song. You guys go stream it, please. That'll be great. Thank you. They're like, okay, sit down.
I guess like your generation's like jaded. They're like, yeah, you're in a band and you whatever. Who cares?
Right.
It's like,
Everybody else.
media,
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's hard to get people and just like grab their attention because and even like with TikTok, I feel like TikTok's the worst where you're just like, you can easily just keep scrolling and scrolling because everything is so fast and you're just endless scrolling. It's so hard to grab people and actually get them to follow.
That's how I feel. We were talking about stories.
Oh.
That's how I feel about stories. All I have to do is and you're gone.
Well,
so
I have not figured TikTok out in the sense of like capturing a ton of followers, but one thing I do know about it is it's potato chips.
Yeah.
Right? It's just this. That's all it is. No nutritional value. You know, it's just like as much as you can eat, as fast as you can. And it is entertaining. It feels good. We like it. You know, potato chips are awesome, but it's not a full course meal.
No, and then 4 hours your life is gone. You've realized you're late for something.
And you feel like shit and you feel guilty.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're sleeping now. You're like, I'm tired.
Need a nap. Yeah. So you guys have been playing some South Florida clubs, right? Looks like you've been playing some bars and clubs. Have you had any memorable gigs of late? And do you have any coming up? Is there anywhere that people down where you're at? And what part of Southern Florida are you in?
So we're pretty much South Florida. We're Broward area. Angel's a little bit north of us.
Well, I'm in West Palm.
Yes. So we're pretty much all that area. And we actually do have a gig coming up in March, pretty close to my birthday. We'll be at Propaganda in Lake Worth. And we'll be bringing some guest bands with us. So if you're in the area, head on over March 4th. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Just a little drive. A
little bit of a drive.
A little bit.
I guess memorable performances. I really enjoyed our last gig at Propaganda. It was a bit closer for me. Usually I would have to like drive a bit further, but this one was really nice. And that was actually the first time I played my new drum kit live. Oh my gosh. And the lights and the different sparkles, it looked gorgeous. I was like, oh my God, yes, this is really happening. It's just, I enjoyed that one a lot.
What kind of kit are you playing?
I play an SJC kit. And like the designs is like zombie. It has like a whole storyline. Like, when you see it, it's gorgeous.
It's really cool looking.
Is that where the pictures are from? That there are some great pictures of you, Angel, on the Instagram. Are those pictures taken from that gig?
Yeah, I assume so.
They probably are.
We're gonna go with yes.
We're gonna
yeah.
Yes.
Now, when in my band, we've been doing it so long that our guitar player, his son, is now old enough to play with us. So we actually have a third guitar player who is 15. Well, no, he's older than that now. He's a senior in high school. He was 15 when he started, senior in high school. So we have to sometimes when we book gigs, like make sure like he can get into the bar. Do y'all ever have to deal with that?
That's never an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, because Propaganda is 18 and older. It kind of sucks because the friends that do care and that want to go, they're like 17, and I'm like, yeah, you can't get in. I can't get you, and I'm sorry. They're like, but like, can you say I'm a part of the band or something? Like, they and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But,
that's asking too much.
Yeah.
It has been like an issue before though, or like a consideration at least in the past too, especially when I was younger too. A lot of the places are like want to be 21 and over. And even that, I mean, even now, like when we'll still have to check for like 21 and over stuff because I'm not 21 yet, neither is Angel. So
we and it's always worked out. They're just like, obviously he put X's on his hands or whatever, but and his dad's there because he's in the band too, so that makes it cool. But
all right, well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We appreciate your time. Where can everyone find you? You said you're across all social platforms?
Yes. CEO of social media. Go.
Yeah. Yeah. So YouTube, of course, follow us on Spotify. That's where you can hear our original music. And of course, YouTube as well. And all our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that good stuff.
Is
Follow us.
Exigent banned?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Some combination of Exigent.
Yeah.
and-
Our Instagram is exigent.official.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's like some variations, but shouldn't be too hard. There's not too many exigents.
Well,
we look like there's 3 of us.
well, thank you very, very much for your time. It's been great
Absolutely.
chatting with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good night.
Keep us in the loop on the singles and get them over to the radio station, and we'll play
Yes.
them for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Will do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right.
That was good.
That
Yeah,
was a
that
good
was
one.
fun.
A different perspective,
Yeah.
with their age. I didn't want to harp on the age too much, but they're putting out killer music.
I just died when she said 8th grade. I was like,
Oh yeah, about COVID. Yes.
Yeah.
That was something there.
Wow.
but yeah, it was good. They've got good stuff. We still have It's Over playing on the station in a small rotation, and then Empty Hearts will add into it next week. So be listening for that. But before we get out of here, we got a couple things that we need to do. We need to talk about the upcoming shows. So we've got the video ready. So if y'all hold on, here we go. All right, and then this. The Rock and the Sound pre-party's happening March 17th at the Cannery Bar and Grill. Kick off the Rock and the Sound weekend with Tantric.
I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake down someday. I know the breakdown.
Tantric with Smile Empty Soul.
But you over the drugs. I do it just to feel
Lines of Loyalty.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one you're looking for.
And the Gulf Coast favorite, Awaken the Giant. It all happens Friday, March 17th, the Rock and the Sound pre-party at the Cannery Bar and Grill in Biloxi. Tickets on sale now for $20 at thesound228.com. Being brought to you by Herbal Alternatives and the Sound 228. Come enjoy the party and win tickets to Rock and the Sound March 18th at Point Cadet Plaza in Biloxi. Damn, I got to change the poster.
I was gonna say you got the wrong poster. It's so hard. I tell you what.
There's so many moving pieces.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that reminds me earlier too. I was going to ask you. We got to all redo our cover photos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
so my cover photo's updated, so you can just go rip it
We're
right
gonna
off
steal
of mine.
his.
And I
Hey, we have
updated
to
the
announce
sounds
the,
one too.
I have to tell you, if I lived down your way, I would be living at Club LA and the Cannery. I'd never
Oh
leave.
yeah, no, I absolutely.
There are so many great shows, and I was so surprised. I was at the Carvin Stone Any Given Sin show a couple weeks back, and I look over. Corey from Carvin Stone was talking to somebody. I look over. I'm like, I know that hair. Blake Suarez was in the
Yeah.
house.
What the
I
hell?
was like, what are you doing here?
Blake's just traveling the country now. I mean,
He
he's up there, and Dustin was in Florida at the Shiprock pre-party.
I saw
I mean,
that.
I was just
Yeah.
like,
I was. It
Whatever.
was just shocking to see him in Towson, Maryland. I'm like, what on earth is the hair doing here?
Yeah,
they're
I
coming-
don't.
where's that festival that they're playing at?
The
Them and Envision and Carbon
the
Stone.
Rock on the Hill Festival. It's
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania. I will definitely be going, so you can look for the sound going live at that show.
There you go. Blake was in Gettysburg yesterday.
For the address.
Jared,
Got a history joke in on the show tonight. Somebody write that down.
before we go, though, we have to announce the winner of the Grudge Match.
Oh yeah,
I
I forgot.
typically on the show we let Kevin forget about it, and then we talk shit about him after the show.
Yeah, that's usually the
All
way
right,
it
well,
goes.
Kevin, I got your back tonight. You're welcome.
With 79% of the votes, the winner and new Hall of Fame member is Love the Hate with Throwaway. So they will be joining our Hall of Fame that's on the website, our Hall of Fame that is on YouTube, and that little corner inside the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that will eventually be there will be the Sounds Grudge Match Hall of Fame. It'll have its own wing in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes. And it has a huge place in everyone's heart.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's going to be like this little 7-inch screen on the wall, and you're constantly playing the videos.
No, it's going to be some shit like somebody spackled onto like a sticker outside in the parking lot with a QR code, and you scan it. It's digital, and screw everybody in there. Yeah,
that's it. That's
screw
it.
everybody in the real Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to Love the Hate, and I think our next show is February 8th. And who do we have February 8th?
I believe we have Varsity.
Yeah, Varsity February 8th.
Yes.
So what we're trying to do, I know.
That's March. Wait, that's March. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
It's March. I'm into March. I'm not sure who we have for February.
Okay,
8th.
well, our next show is February 8th. We don't know.
Yep, we'll have someone.
February 8th is our next show. It's the day before my birthday. We are going to have somebody.
Yes.
I'll have it up. But I will say this: March 15th, we will have Otherwise on the show. Otherwise, of course, playing Rock in the Sound. I'm going to try over the next few shows to try to get some Rock in the Sound bands committed to it. Next will be Gemini Syndrome. We always have Falls from Grace on, so I'm not worried about that one. That one's always there. Thumbs on Fire, they'll hop on anytime we want them. Same thing with Transient. Cold Words is going to be on before Rock in the Sound. Otherwise, I'm going to try to get Gemini Syndrome. And then, of course, see if we can get, we've had Blacktop Mojo on twice? See if we get a third time out of them. And we'll go from there and see what we can get. See how many we can cram into these next 4 episodes between now and March 18th.
And here's another thing too. If y'all are still hanging with us and watching, if you'd be willing to share anything that has to do with Rock in the Sound, whether it's the poster or any of the videos that we put out, the 1 minute little like promo videos. If you've enjoyed the show, we've ever done anything for you or your band, we'd really appreciate it, man. That would help us out a ton, because the more that thing, the flyer, the link to get tickets, the more it's out there on social media, the better chance we have of making this a great event and letting enough people know about it. Let more people to show up, the merrier. And
you must have loaded this in and we didn't talk about it, but for those of you that don't live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, you have no idea what this list is. But this is the bartenders of bartenders on the Mississippi Gulf Coast that have decided to come out and bartend for us at Rockin' the Sound with Angel, Brittany, Dimitri, Will, Vanessa, J-Rod from Love the Hate, Greg Jones, Josh, and then, of course, Brandy's going to be leading the bunch of them. So that is our bartenders. So if you think you're going to have to wait in line and this sucks, these bartenders are quick. They know how to do their freaking job. They're going to get you your beers open and you're going to be drinking all day long. No questions asked.
I added that in there because I wanted to be like, after his video, I wanted to be like, now you may recognize this guy in that video and you're probably wondering where. And I was like, because he's a bartender at Rockin' the Sound, J-Rod, and he just happens to sing in a band on the side.
that just won a Hall of Fame win.
Yeah,
Love the Hate.
that's a secondary thing for him. The bartender part for Rockin' the Sound, that's his claim to fame.
But yeah, so don't forget, a week from today, the VIP packages or the VIP upgrades happen. Early entry, t-shirt, armband, bathrooms. What else?
Diane, we haven't forgotten about you.
Private area.
Well, and 2 free high fives from all the admins from the Sound too. So that's, and a hug if you want that. So
that's 100 of them.
I didn't realize I was giving out free hugs and high fives.
I'll give out your hugs, Lisa. That's fine. I'm a hugger.
I will be happy to hug you and high five you and take pictures and do all kinds of crazy shit. I don't care.
See, there we go.
Come on down. I'm open for we're gonna have a great time.
We are
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So,
and Diane
right.
Elliott, we have not forgotten about you. Yes, we will be getting you your little package that she won that merch bundle.
Yes.
For Rockin' the Sound. We have not forgotten about it.
That we have not, but we are out. You guys, J-Rod, we won. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, we were in practice.
They were in practice. They already flashed.
Oh.
Come on, J-Rod.
Whatever. Good night. We'll talk to you February 8th.
Good night.
Later.
Later.